All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's cryptic crossword for Thursday, September 19th, set today by Paul. Let's see what Paul has for us. Okay, we immediately have something divided in two. Oh, and it's referring. Oh, I see there's quite a few clues. Not that many, but a few referring to 20. 20's Enchantress, originally imprisoned by friend of best friend, wizard. Well, if the definition is wizard, 5-6 would suggest Harry Potter, although I'm not seeing how any wordplay might lead to Harry Potter. Of course, that's even ignoring the fact I don't know what 20 is. And here we have 20's singer of biblical teachings, 20's team events. Oh, and here we have 20 and 19. Oh my goodness. So I wonder if is it referring to 20 down? Or could it be the number 20? Or could it be the 1920s? Well, no, I think strictly speaking, if you're referring to the 1920s, wouldn't you put an apostrophe before the 20s? Anyway, let's try 20 down. Railway absent in exquisite European city. So I think we have to think of a word for exquisite and then remove, well, railway can be RY, and that's going to give us a European city. Alternatively, we may have to add a final E to get a city that could be anywhere in the world. Well, Dublin, of course, London, Vienna, Berlin, Venice. So many possibilities. But what city then would lend itself to an enchantress, a singer, team event? Yeah. I wonder if it was a city in France, for example, maybe we have to use the French word for singer. Yeah, that's possible. All right, I think what I'm going to do is just skip all of the ones that have cross references. All right, bit of gossip in group email. Is it a hidden clue inside of group email? UPEM or OUPE or PIMA. I don't know how that is a bit of gossip. What is a bit of gossip? Or maybe it's hidden within gossip in, but a group email. No, it's hidden within gossip in group. And if you email somebody, you might ping them. Okay. All right, autocracy, but Somalis demanding reform. 10 letters, but Somalis has 10. So I'm thinking it's going to be an anagram of that meaning. Autocracy. We do have the ism ending. Oh, I think we have absolutism. Is that the same as autocracy? Does it mean that somebody is the absolute ruler? I think I'm going to go with it and we'll find out soon enough. I think if it's right. All right, we'll skip the next two. Mark of throne room's occupant. All right, I'm thinking this might be a more bathroom humor from the Guardian crossword. Mark we saw yesterday, was a stain. but it could be something to do with a king. Yeah, I'm going to pass over that. Reportedly finished off. Where did Cameron and Johnson go? Well, I presume it's David Cameron and Boris Johnson. Where did they go? Well, Cameron went and came back. Johnson, I think he's left. So it's going to be a homophone, I suppose, for finished off. That could be as in eating. Yeah, don't see it. Rings initially lost. That was an accident. Well, rings initially might be an R and then lost. I can't think of a three-letter word for lost. That was an accident. No, register lies on bed wrapped in petition. Oh, no, other than wrapped seems like wordplay. We're going to put a petition. Well, of course, petition could simply be ask or beg. And yeah, that goes around. Maybe a word for lies on bed. Sleeps. No, don't get that. Piggy and mixture of suet. Nothing for Napoleon to eat. A mixture of suet surely is an anagram of suet. And piggy, it could be a toe, right? Or it could be an actual pig, a sow, hog. But then nothing for Napoleon, nul, right? Nul point. So I've far too many letters for this. Anagram of suet plus nul is 7 letters. Yeah, maybe piggy is the definition. Yeah, I don't see it. Criminal jailed and spelt in the old-fashioned way for the last time. Well, criminal can indicate an anagram, and so when you see an odd spelling like that, you think, okay, they need these letters. So for the last time, anagram of GAOLED. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Let's try the anagram helper. See if anything. Yeah, all gone would be nice, but we don't have that. Ale, ego, lad. For the last time, but there's a question mark, so it's not a straight definition, I think. Oh, a lag is somebody in prison. No, we have old age. It's right there, OLD age. So I suppose the time that is the last in your life is old age. Okay. Echo found beauty in Narcissus. Well, isn't that from mythology? Are they the same character, just different Greek versus Roman? I thought Echo, isn't that the one who looked in the pond? But I think that's also Narcissus. That's what's confusing me. But I think Narcissus here might be the flower. Echo found beauty in Narcissus. No, I don't see that. charge for butter. Oh, I wonder if instead of delicious, delicious Kerrygold, it might be something that butts, because we do have a question mark, like a goat. But how would goat be charge? No, I don't see it. An icon of fictional intelligence. Fictional Sherlock Holmes, I immediately think of. Is it an anagram of an icon? Well, there's nothing really to tell us other than fictional, but I don't think that's an anagram indicator. How about garment I see on delinquent? So I think it's going to be a garment. I wonder if I see in text speak might be the letters I see at the end on a 4-letter delinquent. A lout. No, don't see that. Oh, I ended up going all the way through the crosses. Let's go back to the downs. Oscar clasped by good. Class actor from the 60s. I'm wondering if it could be an actor from the 60s. Olivier would fit, but I think we're going to have a G because it says Oscar, which is the letter O in the phonetic alphabet, clasped by good and class. A word for class, which could be a kind, or it could be a form in school, a class, or a class act. Upper class, first class, actor from the 60s. Yeah, yeah, I don't see how it could be Olivier. And I wouldn't really call him an actor from the 60s. I think his career was a lot longer than that. Who would be I wonder if it could be an actor from the 1860s, some famous, but I'm not sure if I think any older actors we know are probably the late 1800s. Okay, right supporter takes 2/3. Right would be an R, I think. And then supporter takes 2/3. I presume that's the definition, but it's just maybe something about the majority. No. Cloth damp, bottom wiped, under drink. Okay. Under drink certainly sounds like wordplay. And maybe I don't know, bottom wiped. Then the definition, I think the definition must be cloth, but I don't know where damp is coming into it. Fancy, food on the side. I'm thinking the definition is fancy, maybe, or double definition. What would food on the side? Again, we have that question mark. I don't know what. Food on the side. Nope. List of duties observed when switched around triggering mechanism. Oh, I wonder if this is a compound word made up of two small words, and if they're switched around, it's a list of duties. But otherwise, in its original form, it's a triggering mechanism. Yes, deadbolt or something pin. List of duties, what would that be? Something task, something. No. Suspect one has come across Greek letter, 5th in total, here. Oh my goodness. Do I need to know the 5th letter of the Greek alphabet? The only thing I'm saying is in total. I wonder if we put a Greek letter inside sum, S-U-M, here. I wonder if it's a place in Greece, maybe? Or a Greek island? Not seeing it. Spear parts as those. No. Assegai or something, spear parts as those. Wow, Paul is being very fiendish. I thought Vlad was bad yesterday, but I think Paul has a beat. Oh, here's another 20 I missed. Hole in vessel, it capsizing. Now, immediately suspicious that it's not it's capsizing. Transport in 20. Yeah, so I'm wondering if something might be hidden within vessel it capsizing, and that's why we couldn't have the S. Selitka. And then we may have to put a hole, which can be the letter O, I think. We have to put that inside. And then I think the definition is going to be a transport in that mysterious 20. Well, Venice would have gondola. What other city has a 9, has a famous transport? No. This was 20s, 19 announced. No. Subject of back page, shortly published. Might there be money in it? The only thing that's coming to me is that I think on most English newspapers, the back page is for sports. So could it be... Now it does say shortly published, so maybe we just have SPOR? Or sport, and then shortly published, an abbreviation for, well, pub, and then there might there be money in it. Oh, a sporran. Ah, yes, I think that's it. So it is a short version of sports, and then if you publish something, you ran the story in your newspaper, you published it. And I suppose a Scotsman may keep money in his sporran. All right, shooting target in cup final. Ooh, 3-letter word ending in G. Big game, I think. Ah, yes. The cup final is a big game, and something you might shoot at would be big game. Ah, good. So we have 19. So 20s, 19 announced. So a big game in some city, not Tour de France, but something to something. But announced seems like a homophone indicator. Yeah, I don't get that. I do like that 17 across ends in B something. Register. Lies on bed. Wrapped in petition. No, don't see it. Okay, here's our famous 20. Don't have any of those letters. And here's the Enchantress. Originally imprisoned. Oh, okay, so it's not Harry Potter. 20's Enchantress. Daisy Ridley. Originally imprisoned by friend of. Friend is often ally, A-L-L-Y, which is useful when forming words. But friend of best friend. Oh, I wonder if the friend of your best friend is you or me. Maybe it ends in M-E. Are imprisoned by, so maybe we put something inside of me. Here's our charge for butter that I wanted to be goat. Now a charge, of course, can also be your ward, which is draw backwards, but that doesn't help me. Wizard. Dolly Parton? No, I don't think so. Oh, here's the garment I see on delinquent. Well, let me think of a garment with those letters. All right, I did have to resort to wordplays.com, going to it very early today. Of course, a lot of words that fit this pattern, but one was a onesie, which I recognized as a garment, of course, for a baby. Oh, not only for a baby, I suppose, but it is an anagram of I see on, so delinquent is being used as an anagram indicator here. Ooh, so ending in an S, I wasn't expecting that. Davis, Dolls, Dennis. Could it be Dennis Potter? I'm trying to think how he spelt his name. I think he might have had two N's, so. And of course, what would that have to do with, other than having the same name as a wizard? The playwright Dennis Potter. Yeah, I just confirmed he has two N's, or had two N's in his name. All right, let's go back to this one. Unfortunately, no letters for 20's big game announced. No, our 20's singer of biblical teachings. What are biblical teachings? Psalms or yeah, I'm not even sure what that would be. And 20's team events beginning. Maybe events beginning is simply giving us an E, and we put a team in front of it. But yeah, it's all a mystery until I solve 20. All right. Not exactly sure where to go. I think this is probably the one that's most gettable. I'm going to pause, but then I I have a funny feeling I'm going to rely on wordplays.com for this one. Well, I think it must be one of the scribe words: subscribe, prescribe, proscribe, conscribe. But I think, and I think we're going to have crib in there. So I think that's where the bed, register. Yeah, I'm not sure which one is closest in meaning. I think maybe if you subscribe to something, you register. I'm going to go ahead and check this one. It is I chose the right scribe, but petition. Oh, I think if you petition for something, you sue. And it's BS, lies on bed, or BS on a bed, wrapped in sue. Okay, I get that now. Spear parts. Ooh. Ending in U something. I wonder if it's going to be, I don't know, OUS, IOUS, spear parts, something head. What parts are there of a spear? There's not too many parts. It's not Brittany, I think. As those. I don't even get that final part, as those, which I think must be the definition. I wonder if it's one where the answer provides the wordplay that, for example, might give us spear parts as those. Yeah, I don't see that. All right. I think the fifth letter might be like our E epsilon. But I don't see, because it almost seems like the definition then Greek letter fifth would be in the middle, which would be an exception to usually the definition is at the beginning or the end of the clue. Yeah, so maybe we have to do something with epsilon. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and check this. No, it is correct, but other than epsilon being the fifth Greek letter, one has come across. Oh, now there is PSI, which is another Greek letter, but I don't know what else. Suspect. Oh, I think suspect one has an anagram of one, I think, and that has come across psi. And then the fifth in total is that L. And here, I'm not sure. I think the here is just saying, when you read all of that verbiage, the letter epsilon should come to mind, but yeah, I'm not exactly seeing how that's spelt out there. All right, but every word helps. Here was 20's big game. So, yeah, big game announced. No, don't see that. What else do I have for? Yeah, I don't have any other letters other than for the 5-letter word. 20's enchantress. What was I said Daisy Ridley, but who is the character in The Great Gatsby? Isn't that a Daisy? Oh, Daisy Buchanan. All right. So not that. Friend of best friend. Oh yeah, of course it wouldn't be Daisy anyway. I have that S. All right, I'm losing it. We knew it would happen one day. Finally did. Charge for butter. If that was goat, then Degas. I don't think it's going to be that. A list of duties I was thinking might be rota of something. Is there some mechanism? Rotavator or something? Or we might have roster at the end, something roster, and then if you switch it around, it's roster set, roster got. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to use word plays for this one. Well, I suppose with the news the last couple of days, I should have thought of this word earlier. A triggering mechanism could be a detonator. And so I was right with rota, and I was close with the switched around, but it's actually reading backwards, it's rota noted. But forwards it is a detonator. All right. Oh, so yeah, 6. Yes, I thought of that it might be DGE. And then the first word I thought of was bridge. And then, of course, I thought of, what city has a famous bridge? Venice has the Bridge of Sighs. And a homophone of, if you said you had the game of bridge and it was big, it was of Size. So it's a bit of a stretch, but I think that's why the question mark is there. So I think we now know what the city is. Let's see if we can work backwards to see how the wordplay goes. So what is exquisite? Divine, with a railway, which could be RR2 or RY. No, I had to pause there, but I am not saying railway absent in exquisite. Is it? It's not hidden, there's no V there. Now we may have the E for European at the end, but no, we're going to have to check at 15 squared at the end. All right, but now that we know it is Venice, so who's Venice's enchantress? I have no idea. Of course the ruler of Venice was the Doge, right? And there's, I think, a famous building, the Doge's Palace, and I can see that pal would be friend, and a wizard might be an ace. Oh, of course, man's best friend is a dog. So I think it's dog's pal is friend of best friend, and it imprisons the first letter of enchantress. Yes. And then we have the ace, the wizard. All right. Okay, so who is Venice's singer of biblical teachings? Do I know? A singer in Venice. Now, did they have the castrati or some famous choir? And then somehow it's of biblical teachings. Oh, could it be a singer of biblical teaching? Some singer who's mentioned in the Bible? I can't think of any singers that are mentioned in the Bible. All right, but we do have the first letter now. So if it's an actor from the 60s, Oscar clasped by good. I was really thinking there would be a G at the start. Could it be Poitier? I suppose his most famous work maybe was in the 60s, Sidney Poitier. Let's see if I can make Poitier work. We do have the O for Oscar, clasped by good. Class, no, not very confident of that. Will I check it? No, I'm going to wait until I get maybe some crossers and see what we get. Right supporter takes 2/3. Oh, maybe it's 2/3 of a word for a supporter. Well, no, it can't be 2/3 of another word because it's 5 letters. But maybe we remove 2/3. Then that would mean it's a 15-letter word. I don't think that's right. Right. What would be a word for right? Legal, maybe. Let's try legal. I'm going to go ahead and check this. It is correct. I really only got that because I think we've seen before some kind of definition of legal as right. But then supporter, I think supporter is leg and then takes 2/3. How is that AL? Now we're going to have to look at 15 squared. Here's my cloth damp bottom, wiped under drink. Drink could be cha. I'm thinking a chamois could be a cloth. Damp bottom wiped. Yes, so yeah, damp is moist, but the bottom letter is wiped or removed. All right. So here are the Venice singer. Oh, yeah, it's going to be some Italian. Is it the name of a famous Venetian singer? No. How about Venice's team events beginning? Does Venice have a team in the what's the French, or sorry, the Italian football league? Is that Serie A? Let me pause and look that up. Well, their football team is Venezia. But just looking at the Wikipedia page on Venice, I was actually looking for a singer, but I saw mention of the Venice Biennale, which I have heard of, an event in the arts calendar. So it fits. 20s team events beginning. I've no idea how the wordplay would work, but let's go ahead and check this. Oh no, All right, let's reveal it. Arsenale. I have no idea how this is working. I think the team might be the London club of Arsenal, followed by the events beginning of E. But yeah, I don't know what that Arsenale is. All right, let me look at the section on music to see if there's anything about singers in Venice. No, I'm not seeing anything on that. If Poitiers was right, this would be an I. Yeah, I want to say Giglio, G-I-G, oops, sort of like gigolo, but is that a word? Is that a name? Let me check it. No, of course not. Oh, but the I is right. But let's reveal it. Rialto. So I think these may just be places within Venice. Because I think the Rialto is just a place in Venice. So let's see. Singer of biblical teaching. Oh, well, okay, I get the wordplay now. RI, religious instruction. I think in growing up in my school we called it RE, religious education, but RI, I think I've heard that too. Singer is an alto. Yeah, I think they may just be place names, the same with the Arsenale. I'm going to go ahead and put in Poitiers and I'm going to check it. It is right, but I do not see the class, Oscar class by good class. Oh, I think class might be tier. And then good would be PI and that clasps O for Oscar. But I have no idea why that is right. All right, fancy food on the side. There can't be too many words to fit that. Let me pause and think. Yes, it is relish. I had to look up word plays. So if you fancy something, you might relish it. And while I don't think relish in itself really would be considered food, I think it's something you might put on the side of your plate. All right, so yeah, what is this going to be? I'm gonna guess begins ASS. Spare parts. I mean, it looks like spare parts, only rearranged, so I'm wondering if that is significant. Don't see it. Well, I'm going to go ahead with goat for my charge for butter. Goat, of course, we see a lot as greatest of all time, but check it, it is right. Ooh, so, I'm thinking this is going to be ego something. Echo found beauty in Narcissus. Ego. Or could it be egg? Egg whisker? Egg something? No, I prefer ego. Ego booster, ego something. Here was an icon of fictional intelligence. No. Rings initially. Lost. Oh, that was an L. I wonder if it could be. Oops, we have two O's for rings. But I don't know where the PS is coming from, but let me check this. That is correct as well. Alright, like yesterday, I finally get some words, but I've no idea why they're right. Oh, I think Cameron and Johnson went to Eton. So reportedly, yes, if something has been finished off, it's been eaten. There we go. Alright, I think I'm going to go to wordplays.com and see what this might be. I think it's asparagus tips, and I'm planning to cook some asparagus tonight, so I'm not sure why I didn't think of that sooner. Alright, ego gripper, ego tripper, maybe. Is that right? Well, we've all heard of an ego trip, so I suppose there can be an ego tripper. Let's check this one. Yes. Not sure why it works. Let me check if they're the same person. Oh, they do go together in a story. Echo is a goddess, I think, or a nymph. And she falls in love with Narcissus, but of course he's just in love with himself. Echo found beauty. I still don't get the wordplay. I'm finding this one very tricky, especially the Venice ones. Still don't get that. Oh, here's our piggy and mixture of suet. Nothing for... Oh, and of course Napoleon the pig from Animal Farm. Yeah, but mixture of suet and nothing. No, don't see that. Here was our mark of throne room's occupant. No. Oh, here's, of course, transport in Venice, and it's not gondola. Do they have, what else do they have in Venice? Yeah, let me pause and look up that. No, I'm not finding anything. No cars in Venice proper, of course, just the gondola, ferries. So I think just in the interest of moving on and getting this done, I'm going to reveal this one. Vaporetti. I did see a reference to the water buses, but I missed that the Italian was Vaporetti. Alright, well, at least that helps now. Oh yeah, I still don't. Other than the hole in vessel, well, here's it capsizing. But then what is the vessel? I do not see that. Alright, mark of throne room's occupant. Not drivers. Oh, I wonder if it could be something seat. Drive. Crave. Oh, something scar, maybe? Could be a mark. Throne room's occupant. No, I'm going to go ahead and reveal this one. The privy sea. Ah, yes, okay. So there was bathroom humor. So I suppose a king would use the Privy Seal as their mark. Yeah, but then punning on the Privy as well, a place where you might sit on another throne. Alright. Here is our piggy and mixture of suet, nothing. Doesn't look like we're going to have null, nothing for, oh, maybe it is something for pigs to eat or something for that French people eat. Sorry to equate French people and pigs there, unintentional, I assure you. Yeah, Napoleon the Pig and Animal Farm. No, I'm going to go ahead and reveal. I'm really waving the white flag on this one. Oh my goodness. Esurient. What is that when it's at home? Alright, let me look it up. Alright, it means hungry or greedy, so the definition is piggy. And of course, I didn't think nothing could be rien. So rien goes in the anagram of suet. Alright, just the one left, this icon of fictional intelligence. I'm wondering if it could be spider. I'm wondering if it could be fictional intelligence agency. Like who does, well, James Bond works for MI5, right? But Spectre or something like that. But spider is the only word I can think of, so I'm going to go ahead and check this. No, let's reveal it. Oh, of course. George Smiley. So I was on the right lines with that kind of intelligence. And a smiley is an icon. Alright, let's check all. Everything else remained in place, thank goodness. Let's see what they have at 15 squared. Alright, the blog today is by SC Chua. Well, I certainly don't envy them having to blog this one. So, yeah, I did get this. Bridge is a game of size, right? Absolutism. Okay, so answer is a Venetian area. But why is it a Venetian's area? Yeah, so and then just like Arsenal, it's a Venetian complex of former shipyards and armories. I feel like there had to be something in there to say that 20's complex, for example, team events beginning, but our 20's area team, something like that, to tell us it's a place in Venice. Did I say Vienna? Venice. Privy Seal. Yeah. Eton, of course. Oh, rings are hoops or loops minus their first letter. Okay, I thought it was just the double O or the rings. All right. A register I did finally get. I got Esurient. Old age I got. So echo is the letter E. All right. Plus got is found. Oh, and a beauty is a ripper. Oh, that's clever. I do like that. So if you have a go at somebody, you charge them. Okay. And there's an adult in a onesie. All right. So Poitiers. Oh, we saw this a while ago, and I think it does come up often in the cryptics. Pi is short for pious. Is good. Alright, plus tier. Leg plus 2/3 of, oh my goodness, so because you say 2/3, you imply 2/3 of all. And then even SC Chua says that's the best I can do for AL. I think they're right with that, but it is very, very tricky. All right, detonator, got that. Yeah, so the definition is the fifth out of a total of 24. Anagram of 1 plus psi plus the fifth letter of total. Again, very tricky. So vaporetti. Oh, a pore is a minute hole contained in a vat plus the reversal of it. Yikes. Sparin we got. Yeah, I got that. Ah, yeah, so Venice. Ah, very nice. Is exquisite. Oh my goodness, very tricky. And then you remove the RY. Doge's Palace. Again, there's nothing to say that it's a landmark. Footy theme. Palace, Bridge, Arsenal, big game. Oh, list seems like an error in detonator. Oh, okay. Oh, a class actor. Oh, maybe. Sidney Poitier in To Sir with Love. Someone put in Cantor for a singer of biblical teachings, yeah. Yeah, but I'm not seeing anyone agreeing with me that that there should be something more for the places within Venice. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just maybe I'm alone in this. If you agree with me, please let me know. Anyway, that very tricky one I'll finish before the video gets too long. Thanks as always for watching and have a wonderful day.